Okay, so I guess we should start now. It's 4:10. So can you hear me, guys? So just want to confirm.
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear.
Awesome. So hello everyone. This is Ashutosh Vyas, and I'm here with Mr. Lakshmi M. Kodali. Hey, hi Larry. How are you?
Hey, hi, Astosh.
Awesome. So I'm super excited for this webinar and especially for today's topic. Actually, I know that it's a favorite topic of Larry, and it's becoming mine as well, which is OptimHire 2.0. Everyone, thank you so much for taking some time out to attend today's webinar. Listen, here at OptimHire, we believe feedback is the foundation of business and gives birth to new innovation. Therefore, we continuously listen to our clients and take notes, the good and the bad. OptimHire 2.0, the result of your valuable feedback. Now, this is what we are going to talk about today. As I have noted down the top questions you and our client asked in last few months, which includes startups as well as Fortune 500 companies. In today's special clients only webinar, I'm going to ask these all questions from Larry and dig more deeper. We also address the recruiting issues you are facing while also assisting you in leveraging our best in class and advanced platform for free. Sounds fair? Okay, so now with no delay, let me introduce you, Mr. Lakshmi M. Kodali. Larry is the founder and CEO of OptimHire. He has created one of the best pathway to hire IT developers in days rather than months. Larry, welcome to this special webinar.
Yeah. Thank you, Astosh. Thank you so much for having me in here. And it's my pleasure too. And I'm very excited to to talk to all our existing customers, present this personally to everybody. So yeah, it's, and first thing I would like to thank all the customers for joining this webinar as well as being a part of our entire journey. And please, yeah, next few minutes we're going to walk you with all the feedback that you guys have given, feedback, complaints, whatever it may, all the opinions that you guys have given, and you have put a lot of hard work, and is what is we're going to be presenting it to all of that in the next few minutes. Yeah.
Uh, that's awesome. So, Larry, can we start with what is OptimHire? Can you share your journey to build this idea into existence? And after that, we can take more questions and all. How's that sound?
Yeah, sure.
Awesome. So yeah, I'm excited to listen the story.
Yeah. Um, little little about me. I'm Lakshmi. You can call me as Larry too. So I've been in the IT industry for almost 15 years now. This is my third startup. First company that I started off was in IT services by the name of LAD Software Solutions. We have an office in Los Angeles, a back office, which is actually the operation head in Hyderabad, and then a secondary offices in Atlanta, Georgia, and then also in California. We have Bay Area, we have another office. So that is my first journey that I started with hiring developers. Hired a lot of developers, handled a lot of client projects in IT services. Then again, I started my second company, which was a product-based one. We were doing a fintech product for the banks. It's a purely product-based startup that I did called as PrivMe. And in both these two startups, the biggest challenge that I faced in the IT services or on my own product in my second company was in actually hiring the developers. The delay, the problems in finding the right quality developers, the issues that we're facing. Actually, all of this was the big challenge. Obviously, I'm guessing few of you guys are also IT services. So when in my first company, when I had projects in my hand and I didn't have developers to execute them. And obviously I had to lose those projects completely. And some of them were almost like $5 million worth of projects and I lost them. And in other cases, what happened was since the client was already there and we didn't have the talent with us, I couldn't build them and I couldn't make the revenue. So I had to wait for almost 5 months, 6 months, and sometimes even for a year to find the right talent and start billing it to the client. So that was at months. Each month this was huge loss. I was losing 3 times, 4 times the candidate salary. I was losing that money. And in my own product, Privme, the second startup, my delay in actually shipping the product almost went up to almost 8 months. The date when we anticipated we would launch the product till the date we actually launched almost got delayed by 8 months. And it was a huge cash burn. I had problems with my investors. I had issues because of that delay. Everything doubled up in costs. So it was a huge cost and huge delay. We had delay in revenue, and all of that cash burn was going on, because there's a whole huge cycle in, especially when you're building a product, you have to assemble the team. And it takes almost like, say, 6 months to assemble a good, strong development team. And after that, you assemble that, they start understanding how to work together as a team, and then they start shipping the product. So as a CTO and a product manager and of my own startup in my second firm, I understood. So that is where OptimHire started off. We wanted to solve the biggest problem that most IT services and product companies face, technology product companies face, is in actually finding the right talent. And we want them to help them to hire these right talent as fast as possible, because each day's delays is a huge cost that comes in. And to give you a synopsis and give you an example, the idea started with a simple question: is that why can't we hire developers instantly within 5 minutes, the way you do online shopping? Say, for example, you want to buy a mobile phone. You go to any of these online e-commerce stores like Amazon or Flipkart, you put in the filters saying which brand you want, which mobile phone you want, and which are the options. And then immediately they start showing the search results. It has all the product details that is required that you need to make a buying decision. Then you have ratings from other customers also on that system. Then you have a simple button called as buy now, and you check out and you buy it. So the entire process, somebody wants to buy a mobile phone, can be done in less than 5 minutes. The question was, why can't we have hiring so fast? Why does it have to be that hiring a developer has to go through a lengthy, say, 6 months process that I was spending? Like you put up a job posting, it takes you 1 to 2 months to get, say, obviously you want a large pool of resumes. So you wait for at least, like, you have 100 or 200 resumes, you wait for a month, then you start screening through all those resumes. Then after you screen those resumes, then you have to sit together, schedule first a phone screening round, then a basic technical round, then a more advanced technical rounds, then finally negotiation, then offer letters, then the candidate's notice period. And by the time the candidate comes and joins your organization, it will be almost like 6 months. I was thinking, how can we compress all of this? And say, imagine you having candidates, like ready-made candidates, already pre-verified. Imagine you have the profile of a candidate, everything, not just the resume, but you have all their project details, in-depth project details. There maybe, imagine even a video in there, an intro video, because you can avoid screening calls if you have an introductory video. Then their salary details, their notice period details, their background check is already there, done. Their technical parts are already, reviews are already done. And you have a buttons in a dashboard where you have, in one click of a button, you can book an interview. Another click, you can start chatting with them. And another click, you can probably send an offer letter. It was such a wonderful thing that I could hire developers at such efficiency. Then so much of cost burden would be minimized for owners. So that was the big problem that we wanted to solve. And that is where OptimHire started with.
That's a really interesting story, Larry. Thank you for sharing. Okay, so now I'm going to read out the top 4 questions, and then I want you to share things in details. Fine?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so here are the top questions which our client asked us in different ways. We need more preciously screened candidates. We want to hire candidates much faster. We need candidates who are technically proficient and aligned with our specific requirements. We require a smoother process and platform that is easy to use with an intuitive UI and UX. And Larry, one question from my side: how OptimHire 2.0 will help?
Thank you. Those are definitely tough questions. And thanks to all the customers who have been part of the journey. I'm sure you all of you guys know our mission. That is what we want to accomplish. That is what we want to go forward for. So definitely those are the top questions. How do we get better quality candidates? How do we speed up the hiring process? How do we have better technical screening? And how do you even trust that technical screening? How do you say this guy is actually good quality or bad quality? How do we even trust you as OptimHire? How do you, and how do we have a better process for coordination or smoothing? So all of these four issues have been a big challenge, and we have received so much feedback from all of you customers, and your feedback actually has actually helped us to develop this product. So quickly, let me just walk you through a few points. With our mission, I would start with, as I always keep saying, in order to speed up the whole hiring process, we obviously want to use technology. We want to make things faster and faster, and our mission has been to make things 10 times better and faster. That's the biggest goal that we have, and we being an Optima, being a three-sided marketplace where we have companies like you coming and posting your job postings, looking to hire talents. And on the second side, we have candidates themselves coming to us, posting, creating their profiles. And at the third side, we have a large partner network of 2,000 plus partners who are referring candidates to us. And then obviously our internal team of large pool of recruiters again to help us screen candidates. So we are using gig economy, AI, all of this technology, data analytics, all of that to make, eventually our vision is to make sure we make it instant and scalable. The secret to our process has been in 5 steps, I can say. One starts with your company branding. I'll explain all of these points in more in detail, but we should be able to make sure that candidates pick and choose your company. That is what is the main essence. Next is, how do we make your sourcing of candidates much better? The moment you get a requirement, you should immediately be able to see who those candidates are. Second is, how do we screen these candidates on a technical level? How do you know that they're really, okay, on paper, they're looking amazing. How do you even know that these are really strong technical candidates? And the fourth point is a better closed loop of feedback. And obviously, every company is different. Every requirement is different. Every project manager has different headaches. Every HR has different headaches. Every company has a different product. So all of that requires a close interaction with the company and a customized solution based on what exactly is your requirement. You as a client have different options, requirements. So we want to customize that. We want to learn. We want to take your feedback and keep on improving that process so that we can customize it for your needs. And finally, we want to make sure every candidate in the hiring process that we give you, you have a long-term relationship with them and a smoother onboarding. So that is the key 5 key challenges or 5 key success steps, I would say, that are addressing your problems. To start with, number 1, I'll give you a walkthrough. This is one of our clients' page. As I said, step number 1 is in providing, making sure that the candidates pick and choose your firm over anybody else. So this is where we've been working with the TCS HR team. So we've been writing down what is the company mission, or we built up a dashboard where we can showcase the company mission and the perks and the reviews and all of that. Why, before I go into this, why is step number 1, the company branding and your position important is, I'll tell you the biggest challenge nowadays we face is candidates nowadays keep getting at least 4 or 5 offer letters. How are you going to distinguish? How is a candidate going to distinguish between, okay, which company to join, which company to not join? Like, say if he gets all of 4 offer letters, all of them, imagine all of them are the same package, same benefits. So like, how does he pick and choose which company to choose? Obviously, the brand and the mission of the company is the strongest bull power. And that is what to make, okay, I'm going to go with this company because of this big brand. It's the same offer, same everything. So why don't I go join? So that is where the pull comes. And in fact, to let you know, the mission of a company is so important that I have seen organizations where just because the mission is so powerful, they're able to even pull people to work for that organization for free also. For example, I personally volunteer for teaching India organization. On weekends, I go there. They don't pay me anything, but I do that. Why do I do that? Why am I associated with that organization? Because their mission is to educate, and I love that mission. So I participate there, I volunteer there, and I do it for free. So a strong mission is a big pull factor for people to join. Then obviously perks is a very relevant one. A lot of companies are able to attract top talent by providing a lot of perks. So we from our side also, we'll sit with you, your company, your HR team, and you guys, all of you guys, to create a tailor-made and nice, strong mission statement. At the same time, a nice, strong peak perks, so that we can help you attract or showcase your perks to the candidates. Sometimes you have the perks, but it's just polishing it, and it is presenting it, packaging it, and presenting it. Just imagine if there are two companies, they have perks. Okay, nowadays almost everybody's work from home or in some sort of leave allowances, or all of that is being provided. Example, the company who packages and presents it gets a bonus point when the candidate is making a decision why he should join them, versus a company who does not even present that. It's all about presenting and packaging. So little bit we'll work with your team. There might be so many benefits, training, on the job skill sets, all of them, whatever it is. It's all about showcasing those elements. And then obviously your culture, your company culture, if you have any parties, any celebrations, all of that make a big picture. You don't want to seem like a paper to paper, black and white offer letter based decision. You don't want to make it seem, you want to make it seem, okay, there's a culture here, there is a happy working environment, there is some team and collaboration and a movement. So that pull factor, we want to strengthen on that. So that we'll progress it. That is probably the biggest first step that we need to do on helping you distinguish. And obviously reviews is there. We have built a very beautiful system where when you create your own company profile in our platform, we will pull the reviews from other job sites. These are not reviews on our platform. Even if you give the links that your company has on other sites like Glassdoor, Ambition Box, or a few other ones, we pull from those sites and we aggregate and we show it to them. Not necessarily that it has to be reviews on our platform. Then after this, step number 2 is in sourcing these profiles. How do we source is the biggest question that everybody has. Now, in order to explain you the sourcing part, let me just explain you the fundamental concept of OptimHire. As I keep saying, we are a 3-sided marketplace. Now, client side, all of you guys know, you come here, you guys post a job posting, you hire, you come down here, you log in, you create your job postings, and you start hiring. Now, the second side of the equation, which is the candidate side, where they come in here, there is a browse job posting. As a candidate, I can search for the titles, I can come here, I can apply for job postings for whichever one qualify for me. At the same time, we enable each and every candidate to not only apply, but also refer their colleagues to us. So we believe, again, via this, whatever fees as a client that you are paying, 50% goes off to them. This enables us to have faster hiring, faster sourcing, because we believe in the concept that good candidates are working in groups of teams. Now, if you can get one candidate from one good team, let's get all his teammates there, or let's get all his colleagues in groups of clusters. So they're in like herds. So it is always better if you can let him refer. And this is a cycle. This is actually a process that happens. Like we all refer our friends to different jobs, but we don't get rewarded. So we have built a system where whatever you don't pay, this is an all built into the cost as a premium job posting. If you're doing with us, we pay half of whatever you guys pay us goes to the person who's referring. So candidates come to us, they either apply or refer. Next, third one is the partner portal. We have 2,000 plus recruiters, partners in our system. They all earn, again, same commissions are there. They're referring us for our clients' positions. You can see different job postings here, and how many they can drag and drop in their resumes. They can share the links. So all these options we keep providing. Now, this 3 options actually help us in making the entire hiring process faster and making it instant. And Apart from that, obviously, we have our own sections where we built in a very beautiful platform where you can apply filters and you can immediately see it. After this, the third step is how do we screen all these thousands of resumes that we receive? Step number 3 is like, we don't want you guys to spend hours to screen them. How do we save your time? Everybody's asking now. The biggest complaint that we keep getting is how, like, first is we want better candidates. That is how step number 2 is helping us solve. But who is going to screen all these thousands of candidates? So this is where the equation comes into play. We have built a very beautiful ATS system. For example, there are like stages where you can view your job, invite, and response tab. This is your response tab. And once you log in, you'll be able to see this new dashboard in your current job postings also, where one of the steps that we do is we ask you to add in your hiring process, hiring steps. What is your interview steps we are asking you to add in. By default is the applied stage. Then the next stage comes in is the shortlisted one. These locked ones are the ones that are going to be there in default in every job posting. Every candidate that applies to your job posting will be dropped into the apply stage. Screening, pre-screened is a default one that we offer as free as a built-in for all our premium customers. Next is after that, whatever your company has your hiring process, you can customize that as per your process. We are not dictating that you should follow this process. Whatever is your hiring process, we will follow that process. So you can go ahead, click this add button and keep on adding different stages. Same thing with interview also. You as a company might be having different interview rounds. We will follow your interview process, your custom process. Now, that is where we are trying to save time. Like we follow we don't dictate like other agencies. We say that, hey, this is what it is. You have to trust us. You have to hire him. You can't interview them. It's not like that. We let you do your own interviews. We follow your company's process and we help you collaborate with them. Now, say you have set the interview stages and yours is a premium job posting. It's not a free job posting, and you have agreed to pay a certain amount of fees. Then what happens is this second column gets opened up, and our team will go through each of those profiles, and they will shortlist them. If you click on each profile, you can actually see a more detailed tab. You can see their ratings, their reviews, their options and buttons. In the comment section, we would do a detailed pre-screening of each candidate. You see here, Naveen from OptimHire. There is options of where we have these recruiters have
actually I'm not able to see
questions, and they have put in here elements showing that, hey, this is again just an example. This client, example client that I'm showing you, they were looking for more from tier 1 colleges. They wanted from product-based companies or offer letters. So their conditions based on your screening parameters, we screen them and we say, okay, this candidate is exactly meeting your resume screening parameters. So you don't have to do any of the phone screening options or anything. And our recruiters will upload any sort of evidence they have or the call screening so that you can actually listen to it. You don't have to believe our word. You can actually listen to it, whether there is a conversation between our recruiter and the candidate. That evidence is also uploaded for you, the call recording. The intention here is we want to save you time in screening resumes also. So number one is first is get hundreds and thousands of resumes, screen all those resumes. Say you get 200 resumes, from those 200 resumes, you want the top 20 resumes to be pulled in. That is what we are doing. We are calling up all the 200 companies and we are giving you the top 20. After that,
Larry,
your interview process.
Larry, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm really sorry to disturb you, but I can see optimihire.com/developers/search job screen. I'm not able to see if you are sharing anything else.
Sure. Hey, thanks, Ashutosh. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes, now it's better. Yeah, now.
Yeah. So let me continue from here. Probably did you guys walk through the company profile?
Yeah, company profile we could see, but after that, no reviews. How exactly the interview process works?
Let me continue here. So the interview stages part. Let me just continue quickly. Recap from here. So these are all the top level interview stages, custom interview stages. You can create your own custom interview stages here. As I said, pre-screening one is default. All these locked ones are the default ones, and pre-screen will be there by automatically there for almost every premium job posting. After that, this is your own custom screening stages. You can click the plus button and you can customize as per your company's organization. Again, we are letting you do this and we follow your structure. There is a few locks here, but again, that's just the flow everywhere our ATS system is designed. But the idea here is we follow your company's process. Now, after this, you put in the stages. These are all the different interview stages. You can see them in column wise here, all these different stages at this section. If you are a premium job posting, you get an extra bit of services where the pre-screen services actually come into play. Let me walk you through what is the pre-screening service. So here you can see Alfonso's profile here. There are the ratings. Here you have all the options here. What is the pre-screening service is? So as I said, the first step is to create your company branding. We have create a pull effect, attracting candidates towards your organizations like these big companies do. That is very important. Second step is making sure you have hundreds and thousands of resumes. Third step, what will you do with all these hundreds and thousands of resumes? Somebody has to go through all of them and find the top 10, 20 candidates so that we can start doing, we can send them to your panel or we can start conducting interviews. Now, screening and calling up all those candidates is a lot of work. So that is where we want to save time to your HR team or your team's time. You don't have to do all that screening, phone screening and all that part. So here we follow your custom process. Interview process is yours. Screening questions are yours. We will follow your questions, and based on your questions answers, we'll probably put down the notes here. You see here, Naveen from OptimHire. We will put down the example notes here. This is one of the clients who was they were looking for tier 1 college guys, product-based companies, notice period. There are a few conditions. So all of that we have put in here. Apart from the profile of the candidate, so obviously he needs to have the years of experience. They need to have the projects. They need to have their videos, their employment, education. All of this is good. Their salaries, all of that is very important. Apart from that, they had a few custom screening questions. So we had taken care of that call, and that call recording is actually being uploaded here, so that we can save time. Your team doesn't need to waste time calling up all these hundreds and thousands of resumes. We will do that part, and we'll provide you that evidence. You don't have to go by our word also and believe us. Wherever possible, we'll give you call recording, screenshots of how we have done the proper screening of this candidate. You'll be getting that. If you have given us a technical assignment, you will get an assignment copy also like this, that we have given this candidate an assignment and he had passed that technical assignment or offline assignment. We will upload that here also to show it to you. Now, say from all these 200 resumes, we have bottled down we have eliminated phone screening round or your first round of basic interviews. We have eliminated that by following your process. We have done that work for you, saving you more hours. Now, second question is, say from those 20 top candidates that you like on resume and your screening first round they have passed, now that you have to send those candidates to your panelists, your technical panelists. I'm sure they are busy taking 20 rounds of interviews or advanced technical rounds of say 1 to 2 hours, or sometimes I've seen companies even have 8 hours worth of technical rounds, and technical rounds can go on for like 3-4 rounds. If you're doing that for like say 20 candidates and there is a panel of 4 people involved in it, it is like you do that, you do your own calculations, 20 into 4 into 2 hours, you're talking of almost 800 hours worth of time being wasted. So we want to help you save that time. What we do is we follow your panel's questions and we will conduct a screening technical round also. We will do that technical round and we will upload that technical interviews that our developers do, OptimHire developers do on your behalf, on your question papers or your technical standard. We will upload that video recording here. You can watch that video recording here. What you're following your standard. You can see the code, what the person has done. That also will be there. Our panelists will submit a review here saying, again, you see here, example, Vinay from OptimHire. He has given rating for this. They have rated them on Java. They have rated them on different skill sets. They have written here. There's a total of coding test of 45 minutes. Oops concept, API, JavaScript was done. He seems to be a good candidate for front-end and back-end developer position. Can be considered for full stack positions. This kind of review opinion would be given so that your team doesn't need to waste interviewing 20 candidates and your panel doesn't need to waste time. So say out of those 20, only 3 candidates pass your technical coding test. Those videos will be there. You can first, you don't need to trust us. You don't trust us. You again take another round of interview. You're free to do that. You can watch their video recordings here. We'll give you as much, whenever possible. We will try to keep giving you recordings and evidences of all our screening process. This last 3 candidates is where you choose and you finally hire. So this is where our 4th step comes in. So the 3rd step is we are saving you so much tremendous amount of time. Your team doesn't need to do screening, doesn't need to do technical rounds. Finally, out of those 3, they do quick interviews and they immediately hire. So that is how the process of making the whole in a quick hiring is where it is coming. Instead of you spending months, we are trying to minimize it to days. Number 4, as I keep mentioning, number 4 of the step is very, very important. Is the the constant feedback from you guys. That is a very, very valuable part of our system. When you go back to the feedback part, is where you guys come into play. So when you see a candidate, of course, if you want to skip him, you can skip him from here. But a detailed feedback is what we want from you. So you see here, there's a button here called as evaluate candidate. This is where we want your panel and you to give us detailed feedback. Because if you do not give us detailed feedback, our team would be doing the same mistakes. So our vision is to make sure that we don't give you more than 3 candidates. But if we do a mistake once and those candidates are not up to the mark, you keep giving us feedback. That is what we want from you, is a quick and detailed feedback, saying that, hey, this guy is this stars, whatever it is, it's 5-star, for example. Then you go down, you give us technical skills, ratings, then ratings, you can add them. Whatever technical rounds of feedback you guys are doing, also please give that feedback to us. You can also do like a soft skill based feedback. You can give us all of that, and then you can submit that feedback. Of course, some people ask us, how do we have the ratings? You have the option to hide this feedback only to your team or only to yourself. This is where it helps us to help the whole screening and reviews and ratings coming into play. In terms of ratings, I forgot one more important point. When you go to the ratings part, if you see here, we have written here, say this guy is 4.6 out of 33 reviews. Where did we get that reviews from? Not only our team, whenever say someone else has also reviewed him, you can see their reviews, provided that company had allowed it to make it public. They're okay with keeping it public. If they say it is, so this review has to be only within internally, you as a company have complete freedom, can keep your candidates review within your own team itself. It will not be visible to anyone else or the candidate. So you have options here. Some of the companies are given public feedback. So this helps you judge on how this candidate strength is. What is he? We also will have recommendations. Soon we'll be adding in recommendations and few other things, background checks, or there's past employer, current employers recommendations we'll be adding in. So that will also help you judge them. So all this material that we have eventually is to make you, as I said, it should be as easy as hiring an online, buying a mobile phone. You have all the elements that you want and immediately you should be able to hire them. That is our vision. You have an option to book interviews also through the platform, in person or online, you can book them. There are options of using fixed slot and flexible slot. Fixed slot is where you set the time and you give an option. Flexible slots is, say you have like 5-6 slots and you want the candidate to pick and choose. I'll quickly show you. So if it's a fixed slot, it will go on. You have to pick a time, and then you select your team. And say, suppose if it is a flexible slot, I go back and change it to flexible slot. Then here, what happens is you have to pick and choose the different time slots. For example, here I'm just showing you, I've given on 10th, I've given 2 slots, May I've given 2. So based on your panel's availability, you give these slots. These slots, based on who is joining the interview panel, again, add them into the system. The panel will be there here and they will get an invitation. All this coordination is automated. They'll get an interview coordination update. Okay. So you get all of this smooth functionality is also what we have given. We're trying to make it better. And your feedback will help us improve. And last but not least, obviously, it's the hiring and onboarding process where you have sent an offer letter out. We want to collaborate with you guys in terms of the hiring process too. So that is why We take care of the entire hiring and onboarding process, also the joining date from the day when they're joining up. That is a very critical part. First few days of a developers are very, very important. That actually set the tone for the long-term relationship between you and the candidate. So that is very important. That also we try to help you coordinate not only the negotiation part, but entire flow till they join and they're properly onboarded is where OptimHire would be completely involved. Now, that is actually the whole package. Just to summarize, I hope I've been able to give you a answer all your main questions. Few points that you pointed about was how do we have faster hiring? I've shown you, I've explained it to you. How do we do a better quality candidate? How do we provide those better quality to you? Is what we are doing is very simple. We are not judging the quality and saying this candidate is good. We are following your interview process, your assessment, your questions, and your process. By your process, only that quality is being set. It's not like our judgment, because quality is a very arbitrary thing. One person's quality, high quality, may seem like a low for another person. So we follow your interview process, your screening questions. You also said, how do we save time in terms of technical proficiency? So that is also there in the system. You can also see not only your reviews, but you can also see all the system reviews from other panels also is there in the system. Last and final, we have received a lot of complaints that you want better, more intuitive UI for the whole hiring process. So yeah, we have heard your feedback, and this is the outcome.
That's an awesome information, wasn't it, guys? So Larry, again, I'm convinced again that OptimHire 2.0 is the solution. So did you see how we can like save tons of your time with OptimHire 2.0? And did you see how OptimHire 2.0 could help you close position in days, not in months, right? So I'm sure you would agree with me now that OptimHire will be the game changer and is a solution for almost all the questions or all the challenges you're facing in hiring. Again, I'm not saying that it's perfect, but yeah, we tried to make sure that all the things, all the feedback what you have shared with us, we just try to make sure that it it will give you all the solution what right now you're facing. Fine. So what next, Larry? If anyone wants to use it, anyone wants to experience this as well as use in their hiring process, what they should do?
Very important question. So in order to get these benefits, uh, before I tell you how to get it, very important point, very big news for all our existing customers. All of this is free. There's no charges, no cost, nothing. Our platform is for free. Screening questions are for free. The technical questions part, interview coordination, all of that is free. We are not charging anything extra. This is think of this as a thank you from our side to you guys. As for our current customers, nothing extra, nothing at all. Everything is included in the current referral fees itself. So that's the first big point I would like to tell you. Second thing, to start taking advantage, and I believe nobody should be left out. Everybody should take advantage. Please contact your success managers for your accounts, for your companies, or if you're already in touch with your hiring managers, please set up meetings with them, one-on-one meetings with them, so that they can have a much more detailed discussion with your interview panel, with your HR team, you guys, and with our team, and we can have a much more deeper collaboration, because we obviously need your help to help us save you time. So we need your inputs in creating your branding, your company branding. We need your inputs in doing better screening. We need your inputs in following your interview process. And we need your inputs in doing technical screening also. So all of this, then only we'll be able to save you time. So please go ahead, book a email back. I'm sure some of you might have received an emails from all the success managers, hiring managers. Please contact them back. Tell them you want to have a one-on-one requirement call and get on process with the new OptimHire 2.0 system.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Larry, and thank you everyone for your time. And Larry, especially to giving such a great information through how exactly we can use Optima and in the right way. So, if you have any questions, everyone, guys here who are right now here, if you have any questions, you can put your question in the chat box. So, if you have any question, I can ask behalf of you. If you have, apart from these questions, if you have anything. So
Yeah.
any question, guys? Yeah.
Again, repeating the same question. Somebody was asking what is the cost. So there is no cost here. It's absolutely free. Entirely platform is free. Everything is free. We do the technical questions as per your process. Yeah. Another question is actually, do we need to have the panel in the meeting? Yes, your interview panel inputs are very valuable. That will help us because we need the technical questions as per your understanding, as per your process. Because if we don't follow your technical panel's questions or the format that is set by them, then they won't be able to take advantage of the interview that we are doing. Idea is if they give us the questions, it will be of the same level, and we can, of course, they can do a retest. They don't need to trust us. They don't trust us. Take a retest. We'll give you the recording anyway. They'll give you the code anyway. But again, you're free to take another round of interview. But in order for us to save you time and make sure the candidate that we are sending you are actually passing your level of technical efficiency, we would need your panel's inputs. Because every interview process panel has a different cutoff point. Some have it easy, some have it different way, some have different technology, some people want different processes they have, some have different rounds. All of that we will follow as per your current process. You don't have to change for us. We will customize this process for you. So yes, we need your panel, or else we won't be able to save time.
Awesome. So I guess so that's it for today. So again, thank you everyone, and thank you, Larry. I guess
Thank
so.
you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone.